A pleasant afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Baruan Elementary School. Welcome to Agno District. I am Divina Sinaranha, School Head of Baruan Elementary School. Today, I am going to present the different means of verifications or MOVs of the 4 dimensions of the school-based management for the school year 2019-2020. But before that, may I give first my greetings to Dr. Sheila Marie A. Pernicillas, Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jojo R. Jose, Senior Program Specialist of the School Governance and Operations Division, Monitoring and Evaluation, Dr. Melinda Indagal, Public Schools District Supervisor.
Presenting the different means of verifications of the 4 dimensions of the schools-based management for the school year 2019-2020 of Baruan Elementary School. SBM Dimensions, Leadership and Governance. Domain number 1, in place is Development Plan. Level 1, copy of ESIP 2019-2022. Level 2, approved copy of ESIP or AIP with Certificate of Acceptance. Signed resolution of school and stakeholders highlighting the review of ESIP or AIP with photos. Level 3, performance pledge or pledge of commitment of stakeholders with SPT members' signature. Rapid appraisal of district and division SBM task force. Domain number 2. The development plan is regularly reviewed by the school community to keep it responsive and relevant to emerging needs, challenges, and opportunities. Level 1. Copy of ESIP or AIP reviewed. Narrative report. Level 2. Report on review of ESIP or AIP. Level 3. Copy of schedule of ESIP or AIP review led by SPT. Domain number 3. The school is organized by a clear structure and work arrangements that promote shared leadership and governance and define the roles and responsibilities of the stakeholders. Level 1. Copy of organizational structure. The SPT or School Community Planning Team. Domain number 4. A leadership network facilitates communication between and among school and community leaders for informed decision-making and solving of a school community-wide learning problems. For Level 1, copy of ESRC first semester 2019 to 2020. School accomplishment or reports, year-end reports, photo of transparency board, and minutes of meeting, information dissemination, and reporting with photos. Level 2, line of communication, copy of FB postings, group chats, texts, and calls, photos of tarpaulin postings, files of issuances of memoranda, copy of notice, meetings, copy of resolutions. For Level 3, copy published school paper, list of continual improvements projects, documents showing creation of school and community recognized networks like social media. For domain number 5, a long-term program is in operation that addresses the training and development needs of school and community leaders. For level 1, copy of staff development plan or succession plan. Copy of OPCRF or IPCRF, summary or individual. Slack session plan. Copy of approved program implementation of INSET, training matrix, and photos. For level 2, list of trainings attended, school heads survey assessment report, and evaluation report. Second dimension, curriculum and instruction. The curriculum provides for the development needs of all types of learners in the community. Level 1, report on child mapping or child mapping forms template. Samples of student portfolio. Copy of inventory report on physical facilities. Printed copies of oral reading or PhilErie results. Copy of remedial reading, support program, or proposal with program of activities and timeline. Copy of ISREA. Copy of portfolio assessment in all learning areas. Level 2. Compilation of test papers and table of specification or TOS. Accomplishment report on curriculum programs or projects. Copy of progress monitoring report. List of best practices documentation on TPAs. Copy of staff development plan. Level 3. Report on awards and recognitions. Copy of incentives and awards mechanism. List of teacher and student awardees in different discipline. List of awardees on highly motivated teachers and students. Domain number 2. The implemented curriculum is localized to make it more meaningful to the learners and applicable to life in the community. Level 1. Compilation of localized curriculum. Collection of localized teaching devices and materials. Compilation of history of municipalities and barangays. Documented stories of local heroes and successful people in the community. Level 2. Teachers' daily lesson log integrating the contextualized and localized curriculum. Submitted outputs of students in any subject manifest the principle of contextualization and localization. Documented community activities or local beliefs and traditions. Level 3. Filed copy of benchmarking activity with letter requesting permit for benchmarking by other schools. Logbook of visitors with signature and attendance. Domain number 3. A representative of group of school and community stakeholders develop methods and materials for developing creative thinking problem solving. Level 1. Copy of organized monitoring and evaluation team. Indigenized lesson exemplars for IPED. Portfolio of performance output of learners. Report on classroom teaching and learning evaluation. Level 2. Number of contextualized curriculum. Number of developed modules or DIM of teachers in the different learning areas. Copy of inventory of instructional materials. Level 3. Reports on classroom observation. Reports on performance and competencies of learners. Collection of action plan or research implemented with results. Photos of classroom observation. Domain number 4. The learning system are regularly and collaboratively monitored by the community using appropriate tools to ensure the holistic growth and development of the learners and the community. Level 1. Compilation of monthly supervisory report. Collection of post-observation tool. Duly acknowledged monitoring report by the stakeholders on letter transmitted. Stakeholders Conference. Filed copy of teacher-made holistic rubric of performance assessments of learners stakeholders conference. Level 2. Copy of Slack plan. Compiled Slack session guides. Approved assessment on tool development of learners. E-class records. Level 3. Results of school-based monitoring of PAPs. Monthly accomplishment report of monitoring the implementation of PAPs. Photos or narrative report by PAP. Domain number 5. Appropriate assessment tools for teaching and learning are continuously reviewed and improved, and assessment results are contextualized to the learner and local situation and attainment of the relevant life skills. Level 1. Formative test results. Summative test results. Copy of BEEA result. Minutes of PTA meeting, attendance sheet with photos. Level 2. Report on the review of assessment tool by community stakeholders. Copies are furnished. Test papers signed by parents. Acknowledgement receipt of report by the community stakeholders. Level 3. Copy of needs assessment report and recommendation. Copy of action plan on school assessment results. Domain number 6. Learning managers and facilitators nurture values and environments that are protective to all children and demonstrate behaviors consistent to the organization's vision, mission, and goals. Level 1. Photo of guidance room, photo of school clinic, photo of school canteen, photo of CRs in classroom, photo of school library, photo of reading corner, photo of community learning, center of owls, posted fire exit plan, copy of fire inspection certificate, and posted evacuation plan. Level 2. Record of special children with special needs. Collection of teacher-made modules, books, and visual aids. List of audio-visual materials with photos. Level 3. Photos of classroom conducive to learning, well ventilated and furnished with appropriate progressive and informative materials. Updated bulletin boards, students' accomplishment chart. Compilation of curriculum guides, lesson plans, memo, and DepEd orders. Availability of tenderized and clean CR, provision of recreational facilities. Domain number 7. Methods and resources are learner and community friendly, enjoyable, safe, inclusive, and accessible, and aim at developing self-directed learners. Learners are equipped with essential knowledge, skills, and values to assume responsibility and accountability for their own learning. Level 1. Copy of school calendar of activities. Records of parents' involvement. The reading program. Records of home visitations conducted. MOA to stakeholders and parents. Level 2. Program Monitoring Report. Copy of improved modules and instructional materials. Documentation and school managers tapped by community in sharing their expertise. Community leaders are invited to share their resources and expertise to the school during activities. Level 3. Minutes of meeting of the regular conduct of internal and external stakeholders. Third dimension. Accountability and continuous improvement. Domain number 1. Roles and responsibilities of accountable persons and collective bodies are clearly defined and agreed upon by community stakeholders. Level 1. Copy of the list of organized PTA. Copy of organized SGC. Copy of other stakeholder organizations, alumni, retirees, cooperative, etc. Copy of the list of BAC members and secretariat. Level 2. Minutes of meetings. Copy of constitutions and bylaws of the organizations. Copy of handbook and manuals of the organizations. MOA and minute of regular meetings. Level 3. Signed MOA with stakeholders. Notice of meetings and attendance sheets. Signed minutes of meetings with attachments of memo, attendance sheet with photos. Domain number 2. Achievement of goals is recognized based on a collaboratively developed performance. Accountability system gaps are addressed through appropriate action. Level 1. Accomplishment reports with CIGPs and recommendations. Documentation of best practices or performance accountability. Certificate of Recognition on Wins. Level 2. Community Levels Accountability System Community-Based Project. Recognition Scheme. List of awards and recognition. Level 3. Programs of community leads in giving awards and recognition. Domain number 3. The accountability system is owned by the community and is continuously enhanced to ensure that management structures and mechanisms are responsive to the emerging learning needs and demands of the community. Level 1. School reports on the conduct of orientation among school and community stakeholders supported by minutes of meeting, attendance sheet, and photos. Copy of project monitoring report. Filed M&E findings as basis of AIP. Domain number 4. Accountability assessment criteria and tools, feedback mechanisms, and information collection and validation techniques and processes are inclusive and collaboratively developed and agreed upon. Level 1. Report on feedback on accountability assessment. Utilized and crafted assessment tool on SBM framework. Assessment tool on SBM level of practice. Minutes of meeting during the school's dissemination to community on the assessment framework. Level 2. List of awards and recognition program. Record of feedback of these stakeholders. Photo of transparency board. Filed reports on monthly MOOE. Liquidation monthly report on client satisfaction survey. Level 3. List of recognition on the program duly acknowledged and approved assessment framework. Domain number 5. Participatory assessment of performance is done regularly with the community. Assessment results and lessons learned serve as basis for feedback, technical assistance, recognition, and plan adjustment. Level 1. Copy of nutritional status. Baseline report. Analyzed monitoring and evaluation results reported to stakeholders. Level 2. Copies of assessments with feedbacks from school and community stakeholders. Needs assessments inventory for stakeholders. Feedback from parents. Level 3. Solutions and recommendations are determined as a result of the identified CIGPS. Nutritional status endline report. Photos or narrative report, accomplishment report. Fourth dimension, management of resources. Domain number 1. Regular resource inventory is collaboratively undertaken by learning managers, learning facilitators, and community stakeholders as basis for resource allocation and mobilization. Level 1. Copy of of the nations or acceptance. Report on physical count of property, plant, and equipment. School inventory of resources. Monthly reports on canteen funds. Level 2. Copy of list of book of the nations. Documented projects out of SEF funds. MOOE liquidation report. Fire exit, fire safety permit. Copy of evacuation plan. Level 3. Report on fund utilization. Minutes of the meetings or attendance sheets with photos. Domain number 2. A regular dialogue for planning and resource programming that is accessible and inclusive, continuously engage stakeholders, and support implementation of community education plans. Level 1. Copy of DRRM plan. Copy of project work plan and budget matrix. Copy of Brigada Eskwela reports. Minutes of meeting with attendance sheet and photos. Level 2. Copy of Adapt a School Program, ASP reports, DPDS. Communication letter of work immersion with MOA. Copy of approved work and financial plan. Level 3. Copy of performance pledge. Copy of project proposal and resolutions with photos. Copy of CI projects. Domain number 3. In place is community developed resource management system that drives appropriate behaviors of the stakeholders to ensure judicious, appropriate, and effective use of resource. Level 1. Copy of inventory of facilities and equipment. Documents of purchased materials. Level 2. Copy of agenda. Minutes of meetings, attendance sheets during collaboration with the stakeholders. Level 3. Copy of updated ESRC showing progress. Certificates of recognition for fund utilization. AIP School Year 2019 to 2020. Photos or narrative report, accomplishment report. Domain number 4. Regular monitoring, evaluation, and reporting process of resource management are collaboratively developed and implemented by the learning managers, facilitators, and community stakeholders. Level 1. Letter of invitation duly acknowledged by stakeholders. Record of program certification of downloaded school funds. Level 2. Record of monitoring of PPAs with the involvement of stakeholders. Level 3. Reports made from the result of monitoring and evaluation. Action plan on fund management. Records of satisfaction or feedback form. Domain number 5. There is a system that manages the network and linkages, which strengthens and sustains partnership for improving resource management. Level 1. Designation of coordinator for internal and external. Liquidation report. Copy of designation and composition of BAC. Level 2. Records of expenditures aligned with AIP or ESIP. Copies of financial statement. Level 3. Copies of MOA, timetable, narrative reports, attendance sheets, and photos. Copies of audited financial statements. Documentation of income-generating projects. And that's all for the SBM.